Spirit of Texas Bank, Nissan, Slovacek Sausage, and Germania Insurance bring you this clip of the Texas Bucket List. Howdy, and welcome to the Texas Bucket List, the show dedicated to everything there is to see, do, and experience right here in the Lone Star State. My name is Shane McAuliffe, and this week we start off by riding the rails in Big D. But these aren't the big locomotives that you see traversing the tracks of Texas. These trolleys are more of a step back into time. Over in uptown Dallas, the history that literally lines the streets starts telling its story every day as soon as the sun starts beaming over the high rises just a few blocks away. That's when the McKinney Avenue Transit Authority opens the gates and floods the streets with memories of days gone by, all with the ringing of a bell. With the morning rush at full steam ahead, some opt for a more public type of transportation, one that's been a part of this Dallas neighborhood since the late 1800s.
We heard rumors that there might be trolley tracks underneath the asphalt, and sure enough, there were.
Phil Cobb is the co-founder of the McKinney Avenue Trolley, a project that got underway when the tracks were rediscovered in the early 80s.
We had uncovered 5 blocks of asphalt on McKinney Avenue as a neighborhood beautification project.
Ed Landrum, the other founder, researched the rails that were last used in 1956, and he found out the line still had at least 50 years of life left in them. That's when Phil and Ed found some old footage of what Uptown used to be like, when the trolley was a distant memory in Big D's past.
I was hooked almost at that moment and went out to Ed's house that night, and he had some 8mm film of 1956 wind-up of the streetcar service in Dallas, Texas, the last time they ran. And I asked him to run it 15 times that night at his house. The hook was in my mouth, and I felt sort of almost a religious calling to see if I could pull it off, if I could, I and other people, of course, with me, including Ed.
After 6 years of work and 2 federal grants, Phil and Ed, along with many others, put the McKinney Avenue Trolley back into service. And in 1989, 33 years since it had last run on the rails, the McKinney Avenue Trolley once again transferred Texans up and down the tracks.
It's a pleasure to ride. It's fun.
This is how I get to work.
Big Texas, big ride, right?
Now you'll find all sorts of different trolleys on the line, but the one everyone comes to see is Rosie.
She's the oldest known operating streetcar in North America.
Originally built in 1909 in Philadelphia, Rosie was shipped to Portugal, where she saw 70 years of history. Then, after a short stint in San Francisco, Phil purchased the trolley from a private collector.
And I negotiated over the phone with him and bought the car for $57,000 over the phone and shipped it the next day to Dallas, Texas. Wow. She was our first car.
Everybody wants to come out and ride Rosie, you know.
Tony Powell is the shop superintendent, and he describes his job with one word:
fun.
Turns out the trolley caretakers aren't just taking care of the cars, they're also taking care of this crossroads in the city. And they've become part of the extended family of Uptown.
We get our regulars and they come in and they'll do this, or they'll bring us, you know, things at different times of the year. You know, if they make a cake, man, we might get part of it. Or they'll bring one down, you know, cookies and get donuts off the cars.
You guys are part of the family.
Yeah, we're just a big part of the neighborhood, the Uptown neighborhood, and it's all one big family.
And even when the regulars see Rosie, they come out to ride.
You get these guys coming out of these offices in these fancy suits and ladies in their nice dresses, you know, office wear and everything, you know, they come out to ride Rosie in 110-degree weather and sweat, you know, just to be able to ride Rosie.
106 years old, and she goes to work every day.
The best part of getting to experience this historical piece of Texas transportation is the price. Turns out whoever said you'll never get a free ride was wrong.
People just can't believe that we're free.
With the M-Line's partnership with the Dallas Area Rapid Transit, the trolley is free to riders and is even being expanded into downtown. Despite being lost over 3 decades, the McKinney Avenue Trolley is back on track for generations of Texans down the line to enjoy this magical method of moving the masses.
Well, I think it helps to integrate Dallas with their history
mean, it's kind of a novelty. I think during the day a lot of tourists use it, but I've been surprised at how many people commute with it every morning.
It's great to see kids come and they all want to ring the bell or toot the horn, and that's kind of special for me.
It shows some consideration and respect for the investment that others before them made to serve the city, to serve visitors, to serve the residents, as well as the business keepers who used to pepper these areas before everybody evacuated downtown.
Being involved with the McKinney Avenue Trolley, probably the most satisfying thing I've done in my life.
Well, I think they can't really call themselves a Texan unless they've ridden all the rails in Texas.
If you like history, want to be part of history, you should come ride the McKinney Avenue Trolley in Dallas, Texas.